It's recording. Okay, great. Um, oh, I have to think about how the character goes. Uh, okay, so Samantha, thank you for explaining the coaching roles and functions. As I said, as I walked in, I was really excited about this because I've done PBS in my previous school. It was really successful. Our administrator really helped build buy-in and support across the team. I'm in a team now. I'm part of a school now that I don't think we have a team really set up per se just yet. So I understand, like, I'm happy to facilitate, but our administrator has told me to be here, and I know she's really supportive of this. And so when we've met and talked about this, it was me, her, and our other coach. How do you say, like, if we're going to do this team meeting, we just bring people, is there any like prerequisites that need to be done? Like, how do we get started if we don't really have a full team yet? Is that going to be a problem?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm glad that you brought it to have a discussion about. So, you touched on a lot of things there, Adam. Buy-in really is critical for folks to be part of this work, the building structures to support a multi-tiered system. And leadership is really critical. And that's not just your building administrator, that's also the district leadership. Are there folks that are championing this work and that you can lean on to talk about some of the challenges that you're having, and also some of the strengths that maybe you see inherently in the team? If you're developing it, maybe look for some of those folks who already have the buy-in, building people, social workers, people who already have a vetted interest in this work, and really start from there. And I think that you'll be seen as an expert. So the more that you make yourself available to other folks on your team, teaming is really one of the most critical features in this work. So I think that if you're very visible and open and supportive to questions and challenges as they come up with folks, that will help buy-in. Another thing is, as you begin this work and you really start thinking about the big outcomes, the teachers really are concerned about addressing the needs of students, and they want to see them be successful in their long-term outcomes. So then you can use that sort of as an in to talk about the other critical features, data. That research says that data is one of the key leaders to sustainability, sharing data regularly, not just with your team, but also with staff at large and with families, because that's the other part of the partnership in the school, the students and the families. So making sure that you share that data will really help, I believe, sustain the work that you're trying to start here at this school, and also to get buy-in, because again, everybody in the school has a vetted interest in really wanting to make sure that their kids are achieving those outcomes. And then you can get into the work of practices, and that's where you can really talk to the other folks on the team. Think of this coaching experience as a community of practice, where people will be seeing challenges, but they're also going to have opportunity to share dilemmas, to problem solve things together, to have a collective body of knowledge, and also to act as a support for those. Other people on your team might also be running into some naysayers and have some great strategies around that. So really think of this team as a community that you can learn from and support at the same time, real community of adults, because it's really about getting that adult and staff buy-in, and then about working on practices that are going to change adult practices in your building to be supportive of all students. And that includes all staff as well, because that's how you look at data to set your PD. You can look at data to really inform where there are needs, high leverage needs in your school. And then think about those few practices that have a lot of support, that are high leverage, that can really move your work forward. I hope that addresses some of your question.
Yeah, no, it helps to kind of understand that, the larger context of which we're building, and yeah, I think, like, it's going to take us some time, but kind of getting kind of a lot of that staff input is going to be a critical piece. So
Sure.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
it will take time. And, you know, another important, I think, concept is this is a process. It's not just a one and done, you know. Um, Training by itself doesn't work. It's really about that long-term process and that ongoing coaching. And that's what will lead to sustainability in developing your PBIS structures.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Great. So